Hi everyone, welcome back to Diane's Scrapbox. Today we are going to make the card that you see on the screen. It was a very fast and easy card, and we're going to do a little bit of different stamping technique, and we're not going to use very many measurements because of the ripping around the card that's involved. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is old olive cardstock. I'm kind of stuck on this color. The last 3 projects I've done have been with old olive, but that's okay. And what I did was just took a Hallmark card, just a plain old card, and I had cut it to fit the same size as the cardstock. To me, it's just kind of easier than to measure things out and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is take this card and I'm going to fold it. And a bug. Just like so. And again, I searched today and I could not find my bone folder. It has disappeared off the face of the earth. Well, I'll keep hunting. Okay, so our card is actually going to be set this way so you can open it up. So we got that. We just folded it in half. That's all we did. Okay. The second part to our little card is I took just a piece of what is called pumpkin pie. It's one of the colors that Stampin' Up! Has, and I just ripped it. And I did some measuring, and it's approximately, this one's probably 3 inches by 3 inches, give or take a few quarter of inch or so. And I just ripped it. That's all I did. All I did was take a piece of corner here and just went down like this. Just kind of gives it a little bit of, you can buy ripping tools. I do not own one since I just kind of like to do it myself, but it kind of gives that a little bit of a personality to it, I guess. Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to do is, before we even adhere everything together, is I'm going to sponge the outside of the cardstock and the card. This gives it kind of a distressed look if you're hunting for something like that, and gives it kind of an oddball, different. Stampin' Up! Has come up with these little, what they're called is Stampin' Spots. I am going to use Early Espresso, and they're only about 1 inch big. They're not, well, maybe bigger than that, about 1.5 inches. Big. They're great to use for just little projects, if you didn't really want to get out the big stamping pads. What I'm going to do is just take my sponge, I'm going to just rub it across the stamp pad, and I'm going to take my card and I'm just going to hit the edges, just like that. And I'm going in a downward motion, like that. If I go up, I could bend all that up, but I'm just working in a downward motion. And what you're going to find is you can use sanding blocks that Stampin' Up! Has, or different tools, and you're always going to work in that downward motion, because you can just always bend the paper. Okay, well that's kind of neat how it turned out. So it kind of looks like an old rusty card. Okay, so we're going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to grab out of my For All You Do stamp set. Looks like that. These are actually wood blocks, and I think you can only get them in wood blocks. So what I'm going to do here is grab this one here, and also the one that says thank you on it. Set that off to the side. And I'm going to use Old Olive, my faithful Old Olive stamp pad. Okay, I'm going to ink that up. Just going to set it down really good. Okay. I'm going to kind of work this backwards, but I'll do it this way. Now what I did here, if you've noticed the image, there's actually 3 stems, okay? I'll show you how to do that. Okay. The first image, you're just going to plant down. And you're not going to re-ink, but you're just going to turn and move it off to the side for the second stamp, and then turn and move it off to the side for the third stamp. And it just kind of gives you a shadowy look to it. You guys can see that. I spreaded it out a little bit more so you guys can see how it's done for sure. Okay, and then also I'm going to take my little thank you from Stampin' Up, and I'm just going to stamp that down in the corner. Like, oh, it's not straight, but that's okay. Do it that way. Okay, alright. Now, almost done. I'm going to attach everything together. And again, I'm going to just use my snail. Oops. Just kind of run 3 strips down. And it's going to set like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take Early Espresso again. And I'm going over it on the edges of the card. Now the sponge I am using, you can actually order from Stampin' Up. They come around, but for me it's a lot easier to grab the tip of the sponge, so I've actually cut mine into 4s. It just makes it easier when I'm doing like this. I have to laugh at my daughter. She's always wanting me to sponge the edges. Mom, sponge the edges. So this is actually just for her. And that just gives it a really cool look. Just really like that. Okay. Alrighty. And then I have a ribbon. I did have a ribbon. I have no idea where it went to. But anyway, okay, we got this little ribbon here that I've attached, and what it is Old Olive grosgrain ribbon. I think it's 1/4 inch. And I just took fabric glue and just attached it to the corner. It can go anywhere, but you can just attach it there. My ribbon's not very well made. And there you have it. This is a little Old Olive and pumpkin pie card. You can take the same design and use Thanksgiving that's coming up. You can use this for Thanksgiving cards. I think it'd look great. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And for a list of supplies will be on the end of the tape. And visit my website at DianeScrapbox at StampinUp.net. Thank you and good night.